Hello, and welcome to the nuttiest security breach run that has ever been concocted. This is expanded jump scare percent, basically. It is every single thing that can be, conceivably classified as a different jump scare. So we're talking, not only all the glitch jump scares, but also all the withering stages of animatronics as the night goes on, which means we have to time travel a lot. And let me tell you, it took a long time to figure out how to record this game, and if this ends up being insanely choppy once I'm done, I'm gonna be very angry. But I've done some testing. I've done some testing for the new route, because we're doing a new route here. I've decided I want to include hiding spots jump scares as well. And I don't know if it's possible to die to Mini Monty in a hiding spot, so a lot of the insanity is going to come from that now. And because I want Vanessa to catch me in both the prize counter and loading dock, I have to actually, I can't do Pizza Bot early on, so there's a whole new set of things I have to do, a new path I'm kind of making up on the fly, but I've done the beginning. I know how to do the beginning, and in all of my early practice run kind of things, I had a lot of trouble with I had a lot of trouble with a few things, but I had a lot of trouble the most with Phaser Blast. Phaser Blast was horrible. Getting out of Phaser, you can get into Phaser. Everyone who's ever speedran this game knows how to get into Phaser Blast. Getting out of Phaser Blast, because this is on patch 1.09, I think. It's either 1.09 or 1.10. And this is before they basically added loading screens all over the game. With the loading screens all over the game, it really takes out a lot of the glitches used here, because we're going to be doing bad computer deloading. They took out Freddy deloading, they took out Hyde's deloading. You can't really take out bad computer deloading. And originally, my strategy was very, very luck-based. It was basically just to wing it and hope that a wall just didn't appear in Phaser Blast. And that's a very annoying, risky strategy. It was never consistent. And that's going to be the first place we go, and I will show you exactly what needs to be done. There's a lot of lag, by the way. A lot of this is on my end, and there's a bit more in the video, but let me tell you, and I'm really hoping that I'm actually recording this properly. My original run of this, I recorded an hour-long video of this whole thing, this beginning portion, and literally, I say this figuratively a lot of the time. I'm not kidding when I say the frames per second were seconds per frame, sometimes 20 to 40. It was a slideshow. So that's basically my goal, is more than anything I want to do that. I've already done this beginning, and I'll kind of talk to that whole portion. Gone is the beginning of the game where we did the same thing every run does. Now is the display case jump. And this display case jump is one of the weirdest things in the game. It is genuinely, I think, impossible to explain how to do it. I've gotten up on this display case many times. it sometimes takes 15 seconds. It sometimes takes 3 minutes. And I mean, I could say the obvious. I go as far as I can to this corner, kind of look at the ground, and mash space A and S. And sometimes it works, and sometimes it doesn't. Here it just doesn't want to work, so you know, I'm gonna run over here. Maybe it's a placebo thing, but it seems like running over here kinda helps. Like, there's no logical explanation as to why going back a second time would help. Maybe it's just something to do with, like, finger muscles. It's, it's weird. I don't even know what this is. If this is like a quadruple jump, a quintuple jump. You can't even count all the little happen up here. It's, right now I'm not getting a lot of hoops at all. So, I try again. Oh. I'm sure there's somebody out there who knows, like, you know, pixel perfect alignment of the way you're supposed to turn so that you can get up here. I, for one, would like that person to tell me how do you consistently jump in this display case, because this is probably the most luck-based part of the whole run at this point, honestly. It used to be the getting into the vent and the Afton fight, but I was using a horrible strategy for that. I don't use a horrible strategy anymore. Also, getting out of Phaser Blast was very luck-based. No, it's not. Now it's consistent. Getting out of Roxy Raceway is still kind of luck-based, but it happens half the time. This is bad. I don't really know what to do here other than just see. This I can tell is not going to work. This feels like it should be getting me up. But it's not. And I don't know why. I really don't. Okay. Well, if you're tired, you get something to drink, you need to go to the bathroom, whatever. Do that now, even though we're at the very beginning, because this is going to be the boring part. It's literally going to be me trying to jump on a display case for 5 minutes. Big height here. Height, but not box. might have been one of the highest jumps I've ever got without actually getting on the display case. Like, I feel like I should be getting on it. I'm gonna miss a really good spot. I'm not getting on the display case. My wrist is really killing me now. This is actually one of the longest amounts of time it's ever taken me to get on this display case. It usually takes me a couple minutes. This is like record-setting time. This is especially horrible. And I can't explain why, you know? Some things in this game are just horrible. Some might be an understatement, actually. It's... see how many background things I can close. Might have something to do with having a bunch of lag, honestly. not be on fire. Alright, let's go. Oh god. Okay, that's it. It's actually reliant on not having as much lag. That like sweaty speedrunner guy like smashing his keyboard from all the beams, that's literally me right now. I'm not even... Okay. Well, that was the first... I think that took like 10, 12 minutes. Don't go into that vent. You have to deal with Giga Monty. Don't want to deal with Giga Monty. Watch the music just instantly cut out as soon as Rockstar Row unloads. There we go. Go away. Rockstar Row still load. There we go. Adrian, can you do it? Alright. Alright, now we're cooking. This is where the run actually starts. Okay, so here, what we want to do is save and then quit. And this sets what we call like an anchor save. An anchor save is basically when you fall out of bounds, you're teleported back to the last save point that you reloaded at. So, I'm going to fall out of bounds and I'll end up right back in the atrium. But first, let's call Freddy. And he's a good landmark. I don't actually need to make this part at all. Right. Freddy. Oh yeah, I have to go to the vent. Now, Freddy is magically able to leave his room again. Now, sometimes Freddy will not let you out of him here, but usually, and I have absolutely no idea why this is a thing. Usually, if you get in him while he's moving, and smash a bunch of stuff, you can just use him like normal. Yeah, there we go. So, first step, Fast Blast. Last video I actually had a lot of difficulty with getting everything having to do with Fast Blast to work, because I was using several new techniques, but now I think I know exactly what to do in Faster Blast. By the way, talk about that display case jump. That display case jump is, even with less lag, what's more accurate, it's like deceivingly hard. That fire extinguisher right there is so easy to jump on. I don't know how they missed that. Like, I get the display case. The display case is just barely... Okay. So, I was messing up last time. What you want to do here is, in order to deload this, you want to fall, like, onto that pink thing. So when you fall into that pink thing, that deloads the atrium. If you just fall onto the floor, it deloads for, like, a split second. And then it comes back again. Okay. And then time to use this key to get into Faster Blast that was discovered about an hour after the game was released. Maybe not an hour, but a day, within a day actually. Not making that up. Oh, and there's a bad lag spike constantly here because if you look up into that, there's a black void there, and sometimes the atrium loads and unloads. It's constantly loading and unloading here. Like right there, that massive lag spike was the atrium loading while it was in midair, which is unfortunate. You can't have the atrium load at the wrong moment while you're trying to do this. But now we should, should be in Faster Blast. By the way, I've probably heard this music track more than anything else in this game. It drives me insane, the amount of time I spent in Faster Blast trying to escape without the party pass. Do not save here, otherwise you are trapped, 100% trapped. Okay, so this is a very funny glitch. So normally, right, I can't leave before returning my Fast Blaster, okay? And after returning the Fast Blaster, it gave me a flashlight, even though I have never picked up the flashlight. And in fact, this flashlight has infinite battery. However, once you throw away the Fast Blaster once, that exit door becomes permanently unlocked. So if I just grab it again, I can just walk off with the silver gun and not even beat Faster Blast at all. Oh, another cool chip. If you only want the bowling ticket and you don't care about the security badge, you can collect it from here without actually triggering the staff box to spawn in. You can get it through the door. Got you at the wrong time. Alright. This actually provides a pretty cool showcase. First of all, I'm pretty sure you can hear her. Chica despawns when you leave. So, we're in the elevator. And you may notice, you've probably seen YouTubers get jump scared by a staff bot at the wrong moment when they're running into the elevator. And they get the room to unload. And it's usually an accident because you get a staff bot to attack you so much there. I thought maybe it has something to do with like running, momentum, jumping, maybe they jumped in it. Nope. There's just a very specific spot. And if you stand in that very specific spot, for some reason, when a staff bot gets you, it just unloads the whole room. So by the way, we can't leave, because this guy's still blocking us. He's the real villain of the game. You know, I've heard, you know, maybe Map Bot's the real villain of the game. That's not true. It's Party Bot. Oh, and the Phaser Blast HUD never goes away until you reload. Alright. I believe it is... We have to stand right... I want to say right... here. There we go. There we go. I was like one step too far back, and I don't think we're in the void yet. When you fall for a very long time and then you catch, that's when you fell into the void, because there's Freddy. So we did it. We successfully escaped Phaser Blast on the first attempt. What do you think about that, Freddy? Alright. We've escaped Phaser Blast, and we still have the HUD. So now it is time to go to Monty Golf and do the same thing. Originally we would have done Pizza Bot, but that messes things up. We don't want to mess things up, so off to Monty Golf we go. And you're like, how are you going to get into Monty Golf without hides deloading? Remember how I mentioned bad computer deloading? It is time to put that into action. And I have a confession to make. Not only is this a rather lower performing computer, it's actually a laptop. And I, in fact, sport the ability to unplug this laptop, which causes the game to lag severely sometimes. And more than anything, just load badly. And if you sprint at this full force, or put anything back, you can usually get down here. Before the Wall-Tail chips is actually loaded in. Those are the elevators to Monty Golf. As you can see, most elevators are just like a tunnel, but for whatever reason, the Monty Golf elevator actually teleports you from that one to that one. So Monty Golf's not going to load if you stand here, because there's nothing there. You can either get inside that elevator and have it teleport you, and you hear that water running, right? Or, yep, hear that music. We're now in Monty Golf, baby. Now sometimes it's a little stubborn loading, but Monty Golf likes to do that. Am I right? You may notice there's no mission trigger for when we're in this elevator, because the mission trigger for going into Monty Golf is in the other elevator. It's not like Phaser Blast, where the elevator is just a tunnel. It's two different things, and they teleport you. That's always scary. They give you only a second window. Right? Now, time for the camera. It's camera time. Again, don't save in here, please. By the way, behind this out-of-order door, I believe that there's actually an unused tunnel that you can never access in the game that connects to the endoskeleton area. And it's actually on the map. I'll show you later, once I actually get the map. I haven't gotten the map yet. It's escaping time. So, leaving Monty Golf is actually easier than getting into Monty Golf. There's just a wall that doesn't actually exist, and I have to travel through this wall that doesn't actually exist. Okay, so I've only done this a couple times, but I've been successful most of the time. Basically, you kind of jump onto it here. Yeah, it's right there. We are now on the other side of this wall. Yeah. Here we go. And you see that blackness? Yep, just gonna fall into the void. I guess we could just leave into the atrium, but that's no fun. And when you fall for a long time, then you just catch. That means you float back in, and yep, there's Freddy. It's Freddy time. This game is, I find it interesting how long it takes to load sometimes, and then other times it's like, I want you to not load, you know? I guess that really only applies if you're doing dumb runs like this. I guess if you're playing, you know, professionally, you probably don't want that to happen at all, actually. Now, you may notice, this run is severely lacking in the jump scare department. Yeah, that's actually a good point. But you're gonna get all the 12 a.m. jump scares at the daycare. And we got the staff bot. And we can't actually even die to Music Man. He doesn't spawn at 11 a.m. for some reason. I have no idea why. You can actually hear his music, but he does not appear behind you in the vent. So, normally I'd just go straight to the daycare from here. Like, if you wanted to die to Bald Sun as fast as possible, then you can just go for it. But once we get the daycare badge, we will only have 3 badges. Yeah, 3 badges. Wait. We got 1 from Monty Golf, we got 1 from Passive Lab. Yeah, we'll only have 3. And I want 5 so that I can just get the, I really can't, because almost everything updates the time in some way. I guess I could get the Endo badge. I'd have to get the Party Pass, and that means doing all the 4 a.m. stuff anyway. But if I do all the 4 a.m., I'll do all the 4 a.m. stuff. I'll do the normal, escape the office, get the Party Pass. Then get all the 4 a.m. deaths. Oh, I have to do that. I have to die to Freddy's feet. That's true. And then endo badge, and that just saves on time, I guess, so I can... Does it really, though? Does it save time when just backtracking to get the master size control key? Because theoretically, when escaping from Vanny, I could just get the master size control key. I could just do that. So let me think of this plan. There's a few routes I could go. I have 2 badges. I go to the daycare and get a 3rd, and I progress as normal, but I can't get 3 feet. I have to go to the E office first, so I might as well get that badge. Now I have 3 badges already. I go to the daycare and get a 4th, do all the daycare stuff, and then I come back and I get a pizza bot. But technically, I get pizza bot in a timeline where I die. So, where I alt F4 out. I guess I could get the pizza bot badge and like take the elevator up, save, and take the elevator down, and then still get the mess. Oh my god, it's so stupid. Oh, okay, and then I get out Shep's badge, and I should have 5 at that point, maybe even 6. From there, I can get the laser size control key while doing the whole escape from Vanny sequence at the Lost and Found. I think that sounds like the best plan. So that's what I'm gonna do. First, I have to get to, what was I saying? I have to get to backstage, and that means getting backstage, but they really, really want you to, get the backstage pass. In the old patch, most stuff was just like level 3 security with some backstage doors. Now, if you want to get to back to Rockstar Row, you better have the backstage pass. That means briefly setting the time to 2 a.m., but we're not going to get any jump scares then, but don't worry, they're coming later. You might also notice, by the way, at 11 a.m. there's no staff bots anywhere in Atrium. They only spawn in at 1. There's also no staff bot in here, but there are always ones in Monty Golf, because the ones in Monty Golf are never time-based. They're always the same. Also, the broken Freddy on the ground here spawns at 12 a.m. and I think might despawn at 2:30. I'm not 100% sure about that. He never actually spawns in at the beginning of the game. Otherwise there'd be a 2:15 time trigger here. Never happens. But he spawns at 12. Even though you're not supposed to even access him until 2, which is so weird. Oh, by the way, Roxy's an actual threat here. You could just die to her, but I think it'd be slower than dying to her, later at the daycare. It's Roxy time. But my favorite part of the Roxy section was when Roxy said, "It's Roxy time," and then roxed everyone. I'm gonna take this part safely. Dying here is the most frustrating thing ever. Like, dying here is pretty much the equivalent of, like, I don't even know, there's no analogy for it, that's how bad it is. spawn? If I had a watch, I'd be checking it right now. Genuinely don't really care if I get caught there because Roxy cannot see you if you're elevated a foot off the ground right here. But she did spawn in. If you were really fast, she doesn't even spawn in. Interestingly, the staff bot can reach you if you're up here, but she can't. Because only staff bots can see up here, but Roxy can't. I just find it hilarious how they can't see you when you're a foot off the ground. I mean, only the Giga versions, the ones that chase you forever. Giga Monty would just wait. Wow, I've never seen this room deload for an extended period of time before, actually. That's impressive. Alright, it's backstage pass time. Alright, now what we're going to do is the E-office, except we're not going to do the E-office. That's true, the only way to get into the E-office at all is actually with the backstage pass. I can get back here, but you're not getting into this room without the backstage pass. It's in the patch after they took out letting Freddy just open doors for you. Alright, so here we're going to do what's called E-ing. It's when you smash E. I'm not even going to mash E to win, because I don't need to win. In fact, it's probably better if you don't, because then once I hear a clunk, that's it. That's all you have to do, it's just that. And now there's no animatronics chasing us, no active threats, and most of the, because there are rooms that are already preloaded, certain areas where Freddy runs through on his way to you, most of the area stays deloaded unless you make it load, which means you can just run in here and grab the party pass. Also, jump scare warning. And that's Moon. But for some reason, getting the party pass there auto-saves the game, despite the fact that getting into the recharge station immediately afterwards also auto-saves the game. And doing this enables us to access Freddy. But you might notice there's something a bit fishy about Freddy, right? Oh no, we need to do the E-office, don't we, Freddy? We actually have to do the E-office. Okay. We actually have to do the E-office. So you can't just leave quickly. You actually have to die to Freddy's feet by finishing the E-office so that he turns into slow Freddy mode, the hunched over Freddy, broken Freddy, so to speak. And we're going to do that by... Oh wait, I don't want to do that, that'll take me to the autosave. I was on autopilot, I'm sorry. I wanted to go with my last manual save. Help me finish loading so that I can immediately exit. Yeah, don't care. Also, we don't have Freddy's proper lighting. When we start in Freddy there. Alright, we're going to load game, and we're going to use... Why is this save slot still 11 p.m.? That concerns me. Oh, I guess it was before I actually picked up the backstage pass. It was 11 p.m. all the way until I got here, which is kind of funny, actually. Alright, so we actually have to do the whole E-Office until Freddy actually ends up below me. And get the whole mission, backstage, escape through vent, except we don't escape through vent. The way that E-Office works is that Monty and Roxy spawning is triggered by a line of dialogue that Gregory says. So if you have voice volume off, Roxy and Monty don't spawn. So normally, mashing E there causes the doors to the office to automatically open. So normally pressing one of those buttons just opens the doors that are located around the building for Freddy. Mashing E, clearly they wanted you to not do that, so they would make it so that the animatronics could just barge in, you force open the doors. Except, they never really thought of the voice volume thing, I guess, so you can just mash E for like a minute. Roxy and Monty never spawn. At all. So usually by right now, if Roxy and Monty were here, you'd hear an that sound means that they're here. They're actually active and hunting you. Okay, now it should work. Also, if you take more than 5 minutes in this section, Vanny kills you. And she kills you no matter where you are in the entire building. It's just like Moon killing you no matter where you are when his timer runs out. We did it, boys. We're in slow Freddy. So this guy is really weird. I think I kind of discovered this. It's punched over Freddy from when you're doing the whole Showtime mission. So I can get in and out of him, and I'm allowed to call him. It makes an affirmative noise when I call him, but this version of Freddy is just not programmed to be able to be called at all. It's Freddy, but it's not Freddy. And this Freddy, oh yeah, he also says this, based on like the first mission or something, I don't know. Yeah, when I say he's slow, oh, is he slow? Actually, I think it's better. I don't think he has the battery to make it to Monty Golf, which is where... Do I have to save at Monty Golf? Wait a minute. Freddy, I don't need to save at Monty Golf. I just need to make it to the atrium with you. have to go to Monty Golf at all. I can die to Giga Monty. Which is actually what I'm going to do. I think Giga Monty is probably more efficient in terms of dying to Monty throughout the game. Because Giga Monty is going to be an ever-present threat for a good chunk of time. This is going to be my first time implementing Giga Monty into this run, though. He was never actually a part of it before. Just didn't line up, because I had to go to Monty Golf to get the camera at this point. Except now, I've already got the camera. Oh, by the way, you only get to do this once. Like, if you respawn... Okay. Okay, now you. So I'm not messing up. And since it's 4 a.m., staff bots are in their proper places. Roxy roams around in the atrium. Staff bots in the atrium spawn Roxy instead of Chica, which is what they do in earlier hours. There's a save point for me here. And now it's time to die to Freddy's feet. I'm surprised I did not get caught there. That would have actually been disastrous. This is, ironically, the one segment where we cannot die, otherwise it ruins the run. You only get one chance to die to Limp Freddy. Is there a... Oh, I don't even have cameras, that's right. I never did the beginning part of the game where you get the cameras. I completely forgot that. You never have access to the security cameras for the entire game in this run, because you skip the part of the game where you obtain them. Alright, so watch this. Should happen in a few seconds. The Freddy's Feet jump scare. And that kind of shows me that something about Hunched Over Freddy really is a different entity from normal Freddy in a way. Because that's the same thing that happens with Afton when you use the camera on him and activate his kill box. It defaults to the origin point of his model, which is his feet. And it does the same thing here with Hunched Over Freddy. So, Hunched Over Freddy is a bit more different from normal Freddy than, say, a regular staff bot and a nightmare staff bot. They're slightly different. Alright, I'm gonna activate Giga Monty. So maybe I should just... No, I think you still need to wait to trigger this. I don't know how that escape through vent mission works, but could mess something up badly at the beginning of the game, because Freddy's feet, the jump scare for Freddy's feet is a very particular thing, very nuanced. Alright, Giga Monty has been activated. Save. Alright, Freddy, come kill me. Oh, we re-broke him, didn't we? That's wild. Why are there so many more security barriers now as we walk through an area that doesn't have a security barrier in this time? Freddy? Oh my god, Freddy, what are you doing? He's walking to the stage. The mission activated something deep within his bowels. But Roxy is still following her 4 a.m. patrol instead of being up there. Unlike Giga Monty, who's Giga Monty. Chica's probably upstairs too. We'll see. Oh, that's right. I get a 5th jump scare. Again. I have to die to regular 4 a.m. How do I make regular 4 a.m. Freddy? How do I, like, fix him? Usually a recharge station works. Any recharge station. Or just respawning. That works too. So I just need to not walk on the stage. I just need to not walk on the stage. This game. Now walking on the stage though is what puts Giga Monty into play, so. Yeah, there we go. So I'm probably gonna just die to Roxy, Monty, and Chica here, and then stop this video and make a new one picking up where I left off. This has been going for about an hour. Oh, by the way, in the parts where I'm just grinding out death after death after death, be prepared to see a lot of loading screens. Ooh, you think... No, that breaks Freddy too, for some reason. So... Oh, there's Giga Monty, there's... Oh, Roxy's moving from her 4 a.m. patrol to where she's supposed to go. That's funny. Alright, Roxy, come on. She didn't even chase me. She didn't get alerted. I just walked into her box. So right now I can call Freddy. He's normal. I step here. Freddy's still normal. And that's the line. That's the line. Maybe if I went around this way, it wouldn't happen. But that's what triggers Giga Monty more importantly than anything. But also Chica's gonna be upstairs. And, you know, since it is 4 a.m., I can actually just, you know, completely ignore Roxy's existence here. Because I think I can get up here before she can. This is, of course, assuming that Chica's up here. Which she might not even be considering. But I mean, Giga Monty was... Okay. Chica, where are you? She's not up here. Hey, guys. Chica! Come on, Chica. Whoa. Over here. Monty? Oh, no. I think Giga Monty's get Chica guys first. See if I can scrape this little line and cause Freddy to not break. Can. Yeah, Freddy's... But watch, if I walk on the stage... It's not the stage that does it, it's this square. Yeah. That's... Huh. Now Giga Monty's in play. Oh, alright. I don't know if he fell. Might not have been enough to make him fall. Roxy's still doing her normal patrol at 4 a.m. I am gonna make Giga Monty do his Giga Montying the fun way. Actually, not the fun way. I'm just gonna walk out of here. Actually, here's what I'm gonna do. Gonna let one of the staff bots see me. Preferably this guy, because there's Roxy. Whatever, you know. Roxy's gonna walk away in a minute. But now, as I unload the atrium, a monster has awakened. You might be able to hear his steps. They're very faint right now, but they're getting stronger and stronger. He is coming. Let's get out. Alright. I think that was pretty good. We had a very fulfilling day of security breaching. Did the whole beginning section, and now time has come to end part 1. Part 2 is coming. It's gonna be the same. It'll be the next section. Well, thanks for watching this, and let's hope that this recording actually works.